perfect example is when the fan farmed Ninja on that FPS game. That was a fact. Well, all Overwatch players farmed everyone else in that game. Like, it's so funny to me how every time there's a new FPS game or a BR, all the other games wants to make fun of Overwatch players, yet it is the Overwatch players who dominate, right? Just completely dominate everything. Apex, completely dominated by an Overwatch player as far as I'm concerned. We saw some new folks like Dizzy and whatever, but for the most part, it was the Overwatch players who kept at the top, right? Valorant, the first couple tournaments won by what? Overwatch players. Overwatch teams were dominating in scrims early on because, I don't know, like, I don't understand why Overwatch players get so much flack when they play different games when they're arguably better. You know? Like, I don't understand. It's so, like, it's mind-numbing to me. Bro, Overwatch is dominated by TF2 players? I beg to differ. I don't think a single major tournament winner has ever been a TF2 player. And when I say major, I mean after the game was released. Super hasn't won a major. He won the Overwatch League with his team. Like, so okay, so chat, a major is a tournament that has a large prize pool and a massive audience, like E-League. Seagull hasn't won a major. Actually, Fnatic made sure of that. Like, so take this for example. Take TV was a major. E-League was a major. Gamescom was a major, right? DreamHack Masters was a major. What else? Like, a weekly tournament isn't a major, right? That's not a major, that's a minor. And then there are premieres as well. He won Contenders with Envy. It's not a major though. Like, why isn't Contenders a major? Because it's a minor, because that's a sister tournament. The big boy, the daddy tournament is Overwatch League. That's a major, right? And I guess you could say, yeah, Super did win, but did he play? Did he actually play in the finals? For example, Take TV was the first offline major for Overwatch. TF2 players came second. Quake players came first. That was the first offline major. I played with Rogue back then, and we won the first offline tournament for Overwatch. Gamescom, we placed second with Fnatic. Envious won. Did they have Taimo? No, they had Tailspin. Is Tailspin a TF2 player? Contenders could be considered a minor too, yes, because Overwatch League is basically the major. Fuck, how do I explain this? So, okay, yeah, so, go to Liquipedia, chat. Go to Liquipedia, and take your favorite Overwatch player, right? And take someone who's been with us from the beginning. Alright? And say, take Gods. Yeah, take Gods for example. Gods is a good example. He's been here from the start. He doesn't play anymore, but yeah, take Gods. And on the tournament results, it will say major, minor, or premier. So Overwatch League is the premier. That makes sense. Okay, so I swapped them around. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so Contenders got bumped up to a major because there are no other tournaments. That's why. I mean, it's also because no other tournament can have a tournament in Overwatch because Blizzard made sure of that. So Contenders automatically becomes a major because you're not allowed to have tournaments. I guess it wins by default then, yeah. by the rule of elimination. I call major bullshit. So for example, to make it abundantly clear, so we're all on the same page here. Take TV, the first tournament that was offline for Overwatch, was considered a major. And if the system changed, it's a minor now, isn't it, chat? Can someone go and check that for me? Because if it's considered a minor, they fucked everything up. Isn't that kind of stupid? Yeah. It is stupid because basically tournaments that were majors now become minors because Overwatch does not allow tournaments. And I have suspicion that that is now a minor. It's a minor? Okay, there you go. So it was changed then. Yeah. So it's changed because Blizzard does not allow tournaments outside of Overwatch League and Contenders. So we can't use Overwatch as an argument anymore. Basically by law of elimination. So maybe Melee is a major? No, it's not. The only reason why Take TV is a minor is because Overwatch forbid everyone else or tournament organizers to do tournaments. They only allow Contenders and they only allow Overwatch League. Therefore, tournaments that was considered to be majors are now minors. Blizzard fucked it. I mean, they made sure no one could do a tournament outside of Overwatch League and Contenders, yeah. If that is, by definition, fucking it, then yeah, I guess. So we can't use Overwatch as, yeah. Did fan host some tournament? Yeah, but there was no prize pool involved. It's just a fun little playground. I guess, by definition, it is a tournament, but it's not an official licensed tournament, if that makes sense. If you want to have an official licensed tournament, you have to buy the license from Overwatch. Do you understand the difference? Is that why there's no Overwatch Twitch rivals?
Wait.
Bingo. Isn't that their own? If Twitch rivals was their own, that would mean that they own Twitch, which they don't. As far as like licensing and stuff goes, I mean Overwatch is Blizzard's property, right? But if you want to host a licensed tournament, I think the rule is you have to buy the license and buy the rights. I think that's how it works, at least. I don't necessarily think Overwatch was bad, like Overwatch League was bad per se. The biggest issue is that they killed off their own ecosystem by forbidding other tournament organizers to do tournaments while Overwatch League and Contenders was a thing, so basically permanently, right? That's bad. Like, you don't want to ruin your own ecosystem. Like, the game had natural growth, right? Like, the scene wasn't forced at all. It didn't need to be forced either. Have you ever seen Modern post and his thoughts on why Blizzard was basically killing Overwatch Pro Scene? I have no idea who Modern is, so I'm not sure. It's very rarely that a community can stand on its own feet and build a pro community without the developers' help. Overwatch did just that. Overwatch was actually founded on just the players wanting to play it on a competitive level. It had literally zero support in the beginning. Zero. But we made it work because we enjoyed it and we thought that there could be esports to be had. The main issue with that is like you don't get second chances, you know? So the same as TF2? Like, I guess so. I mean, was TF2's pro scene forced? Did Valve like put so much money into it to like make a career out of the game, or because like if you think about it, chat, like I was there from the beginning. I was there when the first 50 players in Europe was able to play the game. I was one of those 50 people, and already then people wanted to like custom and scrim because people actually enjoyed playing the game just outright. It was just fun to play. But the complete professional scene was literally formed in a day, where people are like, fuck it, let's make a community and start fucking playing, you know? So the entire pro scene was built organically. There was no developer help. Like, no developers from Blizzard helped us. It was just straight from burning passion that we made it work. And it just garnered a lot of attention. A lot of streams took off. I mean, for example, I had 15k viewers on average when I started streaming in the beginning. And all of that sort of just took off. It, like, exploded. And these weekly tournaments were not Blizzard. You know, these offline majors were Take TV, E-League, Gamescom. They had nothing to do with Blizzard. They were all organically funded. And Overwatch League was basically the where Blizzard said, we kind of want to take over. And we see how that went. Basically. Do you mean Activision? I don't know what we call it nowadays, but you know. We can thank the asset consolidation that was Activision Blizzard merger. I don't know, man. Like, a lot of people like to blame things, but I think when you take a scene that grew by itself, organically, without force, and on its own, you should do what you can to preserve that. Because you don't get a second chance. And I feel like Overwatch League killed all of that. Hey chat, listen, I don't wanna go on a lib and just fucking hate Overwatch League. I don't. I do think Overwatch League brought a lot of good things. It brought like stability. It brought a lot of players to be able to like, you know, see the world while competing. Awesome. It gave people a minimum really decent salary. Instead of, you know, organizations taking advantage of players. Like, Overwatch League brought a lot of good things on the table. I don't want to outright say it's shit, because it's not. It just destroyed the ecosystem that this game once had. And is now being forced upon, you know, a frame that doesn't really hold up against the test of time, as we've seen. Like Contenders. Contenders is a lazy excuse. Contenders is not good. There's no futures there's no future in contenders for the most part. Like we call contenders around these parts of Twitch path to poverty, which it kind of is. I just don't want to be part of it, Venomous. See, like when I played professional Overwatch, chat, you have to understand it was at the mercy of the players, the freedom of the organizations. The players decided where to go, what to do, what to play. It was full on power to the players, right? No politics, no people telling you what to do, no forced interviews, nothing. It was to the players' discretion. All that was expected from you was to play the game at a really high level and win majors, and everyone was happy, right? I love that. I love that because that's organic. I fucking love all of that. But when you take a professional scene and turn it into a scheme of politics and all of it is just to make more money, then it becomes see-through. And the transparency isn't good enough. You know? It's just not a competitive scene that I enjoy. I like to believe that the players themselves knows what tournaments are good and what rules are good. Like E-League was probably like one of its kind because it allowed for teams to ban maps, like take away maps. It was fucking awesome. Like for the first time ever, we could counter fucking Envious Numbani that they were like 90-0 on, you know, and they had to change up their strategy. Fucking Misfits knew that they can take away our strongest map, which was King's Row, and they didn't want to play us on that. Like, it just changed the dynamic of the game, but it was okay, because it was all players, you know? It wasn't some higher-up person telling us what to do, it was literally the players. It wasn't forced, it was all by passion. Anyways, I'm going on a rant, chat, and it's getting to the point where it's getting too much. To a closing statement here, I think, if I ever were to play Overwatch again, it would be in like a fun little tournament like E-League. I would love to do it. I would love to travel back to Atlanta, go there, do E-League, form like the good old Fnatic boys, and just fucking play for the hell of it. I would 100% do that, without a doubt. Like, I would not say no to that. If someone, like, if Buds came to me today, he's like, ID, E-League wanted to get back the old Fnatic squad to play like how it used to be. Do you want to go? I'd be like, yes, in a heartbeat. It would be so quick of a decision. But the thing is, I don't like Overwatch League. I don't like it. And therefore, I don't want to be a professional player in this game if that's the only option I have. Because if you think about it, chat, there are no tournaments outside of Overwatch League. There are no tournaments outside of contenders, right? Nothing that can make you money or you can live off, right? No organization is going to sign you for holding like a weekly tournament that you have to pay 20 grand to Blizzard to host in the first place. And if I don't want to be part of Overwatch League, then there's no pro career for me in Overwatch. It's Overwatch League or bust. That's it. And I already said no to it once, and I can't take that back. You know, that would make me a hypocrite. But at the end of the day, I think the values of how I look at things needs to be kept in order, and I can't just bend and break the rules to my will just because I deem them fit. You know. But yeah, I mean, part of me, like to the basis of his question, he asked me. For those who just joined, a guy used to ask me in chat if I ever regret going pro, and I said yes, I do regret going pro. If I knew that it was going to be this, then yes, I do very much regret going pro. Because I killed my stream at 15k viewers. I literally killed the stream with 15k average viewers. I was living life. And I was pulling it for over 4 months, a day. And I killed that stream because I went pro. I completely dropped the focus on the stream. My viewers went elsewhere, obviously, as they should. And I came back to a stream that was averaging 2k. What about the experience? I don't give a flying fuck about the experience. If I knew that Overwatch League was the end destination, then I would never have gone pro. That's what I'm trying to say. Do I miss the good moments I had with my former teammates? No. I don't regret the Las Vegas house and having fun with Harb and Seb. I don't regret spending time with Super, Sleepy, and those guys, Sinatra, whatever. I don't regret spending time with the Fnatic boys or the Impulse 11. I don't regret any of that. I don't think it's right to regret. But yeah, if I knew Overwatch League was the end destination, I would have continued streaming and not taken the pro carrier. That's it. But the stream can be built up again? No. There's no way in hell that I could ever get close to 15k viewers. I love that you think I'm worthy of that, but it's just not gonna happen. But the thing is, I am content, right? For me, it's extremely... you have to understand something, chat. For me, it's extremely heartwarming to see the same people come into chat every day, right? That means that you guys come back for me, and that means the world to me. And if I can click on my start stream button and average 1,000 viewers every day, that's all I care about. And I'm having so much fun. That's all I care about. That's literally it. Whether you're a lurker, a sub, a non-sub, a chiller, a toxic individual, someone who's very nice, or a mod, I don't care what you are. Even staff. What's up, Cran? I still love you guys for being here, and I really, really appreciate it. Is 2K viewers enough to support a living? Oh, absolutely. I mean, Twitch is kind of my first job right now, but I don't like to say that because I stream for fun and not for the money. So whether I had 200 viewers and 50 subs, I still would stream because I truly enjoy streaming. I have so much fun streaming, and every day I wake up, I just want to stream. And I enjoy it. I don't mind it. And therefore, it's beneficial to me, right? Nothing makes you worthy, lol. You make the stream. It's great. You could definitely have 15k viewers, but you don't whore yourself out to Twitch. Well, I don't want to. I feel like it's very important to keep your self-values and continue the same path that you always grew, you know? I think I started my stream 3.5 years ago with the only intent to make people happy, right? That was it. That was the only goal that I had. Fnatic said, you should be streaming, because I didn't stream to that point. And I said, fuck it, let's stream then. And it blew the fuck up. My first stream ever had 7,000 viewers, and it was only going up. And I was just like, I guess this is normal. And people kept telling me it wasn't. Like, having 7k viewers is fucking massive, let alone 15k. You're like a part of the top 10, right? At the time, at least. And it never changed my vision of what I want to achieve on stream. And that is just to make people happy. And even if this wasn't used to be my first job, it is today. It doesn't mean I'm going to change the way I interact with people on my stream or change the way I think about my stream. It's never going to be money first. It's going to be entertainment first. And if people enjoy that, then that makes me happy. That's it.